Hey everybody, this is Chris, and this is just my typical, I don't do really unboxings, just I'll do an introduction basically to my channel. So we're just bringing in the introduction of the Hubsan Zino Pro Plus and introducing it to my channel as a little starter before I do all the other content that I do with it. And looking at it, you're looking at pretty much the exact same Xeno Pro that you're used to. Camera, all that, everything's exactly the same. There are little differences which you can't see. They're inside. You'll get a little more range out of this, but I think the biggest difference that everybody's looking at is the battery. They've gone with this bigger 5,000 milliamp battery. I can't tell you right now if it is exactly 5,000 milliamps. I'm gonna just guess maybe not. It's not much difference in size than a 3,000 milliamp, which is the original. This is the GiFi. This is 4,200 milliamp. GiFi went and made the 4,200 milliamp, exact same size basically as the original Hubsan Zino and Zino Pro battery, but it's the exact same size as this. And then they come out with a 5,000 milliamp hour battery that really is not much bigger. So I'm a little skeptic as to if this is actual 5,000 milliamp hour battery. The good thing is it is a larger battery. It does give us more flight time. I'm going to do a complete full hover test and all that to give you exact flight time that I can get out of it, or hover time, and then also keep you up to date with my flight times as well. And maybe we can compare it with a GiFi, see how much different it is with the 4,200. So this is the new battery, and what Hubsan's gone and done is they've made it to where it's got a little clip on it. You can see there. And that's what locks it in place. It's a little goofy looking, but it works. And it simply just slides in and locks. You want to make sure that that is locked on the bottom, because what it does is it catches that little edge, that little window there. That's where it locks. So you want to make sure it's actually locked on that and you can't pull it out. And there's your biggest difference with it. So basically just showing you this is what we've got now. It's got a battery meter on the back that's got 4 lights. One thing I've noticed so far just in turning it on is those lights, if you're halfway with 2 lights, doesn't necessarily jive with what the app tells you. It should tell you you're approximately at 50%. The app will tell you something a little different. So I'll play closer attention to that, or pay closer attention to that, and see if there's something goofy going on there. But controller's exactly the same. And in upcoming videos we'll answer the questions. Can you use the original Xeno Pro controller with the Xeno Pro Plus, things like that? What's different between the two that you can use? Like, obviously you can use the same props. Their props have not changed throughout any of the Xenos. They look the same, they weigh the same, they are the same. So there's a lot of knockoffs out there though. So things like that we'll go over. But the biggest interest is these batteries, and then your charging of these batteries. You've got this little apparatus here where you can link them together. And then the power supply itself. One thing I already noticed, just charging these 2 batteries, this thing gets very hot. And it also makes a little noise. It makes a little, not really a humming noise, almost like a whistle. The electronics inside are screaming at me. And it's kind of scary. This gets very hot. So I didn't really notice the wires. The wires got a little warm. Not anything that really anything that I was worried about. I was more so worried about the power pack itself. It got a little too warm for my liking. Now, if you have the original, you've got the larger brick style, just like you use for your laptop. I feel much better using something like that, but I also have a rig now on the way to where we can eliminate this portion right here, get rid of it, use this portion, and then plug this part into my iMax B6 V2 battery charger and use it as not a balance charger, but a power supply. I feel much better using that as a power supply to charge these batteries up, and then I can control the voltage that I send to them as well. So the output on this, if I can read it here, your output is, it's a 12 volt, 3 amp. So you got a 3 amp charge coming from this. That's not too high, that's actually pretty good. But I feel much better doing that with the iMax. So that's something I've got the stuff on order for, and I will be bringing to your attention and showing you what I've rigged up, or what I've purchased to complete this rig here. The other thing I just want to point out real quick with these batteries, now obviously here I've got the travel pack where you get the case, but from the start these batteries look like they are puffed up, and they are, but it's the way they've packaged this. It's just a wrap. You can hear it. It's very cheap like. They can't put a plastic case or anything like that on it because they just can't make a bigger battery and still have it fit in that compartment. Here's where you're going to look for your swelling. It looks like the cells are in parallel side by side here. If you get swelling, it's most likely going to be here. So if you ever see the sides puff up, or if it's tight going into the quad, that's when you got to be careful. That's when you need to start paying attention to your battery. These are not encased in hard plastic, anything, you know, holding them. I imagine they're going to swell, and I imagine if they are going to swell, that you're definitely going to notice it, since it's not covered in plastic. You'll notice it to touch it, you'll notice it to put it in your quad. So just something to point out to you there, the difference in the batteries, to where it's like they look puffed up, but not maybe necessarily they are not. So that's all that part. And then of course with the travel pack, you get the case, comes with your manual, and then you get double the props as far as spare props. The quad comes with a full set of props, so you have 2 additional full sets, and you got your screwdriver in one and your screws in both of them, and then you get your 3 cables. I never use these anymore. I purchased my own OTG cable. It's a little bit longer. I can use it with a tablet, and it works very well. Their cables are known to fail and give you the disconnect error, and I have one right here. In fact, this one here is no good. This one's been good for a while. Always used it, kept it here on my desk, always used it when I do repairs for other people, and then all of a sudden it just failed. So it's no good anymore. And then it comes with this little micro USB for charging your controller. And that's it. So there's the handy dandy Hubsan lunchbox. I don't use these. If you watch my other videos, I really love what I really love what, now I'm drawing a blank. I love the cases from Drone Pit Stop. So with this new type battery, being a little bit bigger, hopefully they come out with a new case that'll hold it and all the charging bits and stuff like that. So I'm waiting to find out if they have a new case to carry the changes through Drone Pit Stop. And this one I got this one from Miffley Drone on Amazon. If you are a Amazon shopper when it comes to buying your Xeno Pros, instead of getting them from Banggood or Ally or directly from Hubsan, if you go the Amazon route, I highly recommend you go through Miffley Drone. No affiliation whatsoever. I don't get anything off of this. I will share their link. It's not my own affiliate link. But if you have any problems, great customer service. They'll work with you. They won't waste your time. You'll get the treatment you expect to get on Amazon from a good, reputable seller. I've never had a problem with any of the products I've received from Miffley Drone. And if you are already a subscriber and have seen my other videos, I say stay away from JYZ Drone. I've had issues with them. I've had returned products, or at least tampered with or used products. And so from this point on, I will not recommend them, and I will warn people to stay away from them, just as my own advice. What you do is up to you, but too much shady stuff going on with them, and that's what I stay away from. So I will not recommend anybody use JYZ Drone. So if you're an Amazon shopper, just you'll get a little more less hassle and chances of a good product if you go through a Miffley Drone. If you get a bad product from Miffley Drone, it's because it came from Amazon. Miffley Drone, none of these sellers actually test everything. They don't open up the packages. They put trust in Hubsan for giving you a product that works. So the good thing is they take care of it. They don't send you straight to Hubsan, and at least not from my experience of people I've known that have dealt with them. If they've had any issues, they've been taken care of. Some cases, it's best just to screw the warranty, fix this thing yourself. If you find an issue, you know what the part is that it needs. Miffley will send you that part and get you taken care of, and not tell you, your warranty's done with. They just want to do good customer service, keep you happy, whatever's comfortable for you, and hopefully you'll come back and buy another one. That's what customer service is all about. So here we are with the Xeno Pro Plus, and more to come on it. Just like the Xeno 2 Plus, I'm going to focus a lot on these batteries and the differences, what you can do and what you can use between Xeno Pro and Xeno Pro Plus, and what parts are interchangeable when that comes about, and things like that. And then after Christmas, we'll get into more flights. Of course, I'll do my range tests. I'll try to push these guys to the limit, see how far I can get with them, and come back on very low battery. That's the best way, the only way you can do that to get far range. I don't care about you drone police not liking my range flights. I'm going to continue to do those. And they advertise it to do something. I try to get as close to that, if not past it, if I can, and share that content with you guys on my channel. So just got to be a little smarter about it nowadays. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching. More to come on Xeno Pro Plus, and it will always be honest, and you'll always get good information if there's any issues or bugs that need worked out in these. And I will never tell you to go out there and update your firmware. That's the biggest thing I can tell you right now, is leave your firmware alone. If it works, don't mess with it. Most updates aren't that big. If this thing's flying good and making you happy when you get it out of the box, don't go changing that story. You update that firmware, you can change that story in a heartbeat. And I can tell you a lot of history about Hubsan firmware. So that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that thumbs up. And as always, if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button and hit that bell for future content and notification, and we'll catch you on the next video. Take care. Peace and love.